Hey guys, welcome to update. I think we're up to number 7 now, and that's what we're gonna do. But I've got a few things I want to do first. Well, first I hope everybody had a really cool Father's Day. I know I did. But I got a couple things I want to do. First thing I want to do is give a couple of shout outs to some really good guys. The first one, I want to give a shout out to Steve Brown. It's My Railroad. A lot of guys that follow me also follow Steve. He's been doing some really fun stuff on there. He's also done on Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. He's done a live chat called TracksMac, which is a lot of fun. I've been part of that for several months now, and it's something I really look forward to. And he's going to be spinning off of It's My Railroad. TracksMac's going to be a different channel. It's going to be TracksMac and not on It's My Railroad. So stay tuned for further updates on that. I think that starts a week from next Saturday. I don't have the date on it. But he's also doing some really neat stuff with Model Railroad Video Plus. Model Railroader Video Plus. That's something I encourage you to check out too. But check out Steve, it's a lot of fun. We have a kick on TracksMac. It's a lot of fun. So check it out. Subscribe, share it. It's a lot of fun. Second one, I want to give a shout out to Brian Jones, the Denver Rio Grande Iron Horse route. Brian was the second live guest subscriber on It's My Railroad that Steve did. I was the third, and we had a blast doing that. It was a lot of fun, and Brian and I have kind of become pretty good friends after that. He's got some pretty good things going on in his train shed. He's doing a lot of renovation work on it, and he's putting a lot of work into his videos, and he's doing a great job. I'm learning a lot from it. We've been keeping in pretty close contact. He's also doing something new. He's done some fun things, but this is going to be kind of fun. He's starting. He's been doing live chats several times a week, and he's just starting to do Google Hangouts, which is going to be a lot of fun. He's going to be featuring different people's model railroads, kind of like what Steve Brown did. It's a little different, but it's along the same idea. And we did a test a few days ago that we were able to flip back and forth. And it worked pretty good, and I think we're going to try doing something like that with his channel, and he's working real hard. So I would also encourage you to check out Brian's channel. He's having a lot of fun. Subscribe to it. But anyway, that's kind of the shout outs that I wanted to do. The two pretty good guys. Check them out. The other thing I want to do before I get to the layout update, I'm just a little curious because I've had some subscribers to my channel before I started doing this N-scale layout deal. I was doing other things. I've done some train videos and weather videos and dog videos, and I've done a lot. And that grew. I started that 4 years ago, and it's grown. Had nothing to do with the N-gauge or the model trains, but it's been growing pretty steadily since being featured on It's My Railroad, which has been it's been a pretty big plus for me, and I appreciate that, and I don't take it lightly. And that's why I've kind of enjoyed doing these updates, because people seems like they're interested in it, and I like that. That makes it worthwhile. Sometimes you're kind of out here by yourself, and kind of you do it and you go inside. But my question is what for the guys that are following this, if you're a subscriber and you have nothing to do with the model trains, forget it. But for the guys, the N-scaler guys, what are you guys looking for? What do you want to see? What don't you want to see? What can I do better to make it, make it more fun to watch? I kind of just do little updates, and because there's really not a lot been going on, it's just really just ballasting lately. But and that's what I've been doing. That's kind of the update, which is kind of funny because I keep hearing these horror stories of people that just hate ballasting. And personally, I kind of like it. It's a little rewarding because it's kind of like track work. If your track work isn't good, your trains are gonna suck. They're just not gonna run right, and that's why you don't start the ballasting until you get the track work down. And that's what I've been doing. I've been tweaking this for over a year before I even thought about doing the ballast. And if the ballast doesn't look good, then your scenery's going to kind of suck, or people are going to look at that, and that's kind of the first thing they see is the trains, or maybe the mountains or the scenery. But anyway, they're going to look at the track work and the ballasting, and so that's something I kind of take my time with. Make sure it's done right. I've watched a lot of videos on it. Ron Marsh, Ron Trains and Things. There's another shout out, and go to Ron's channel, subscribe to him if you don't already. You'll learn a ton. Ron's a heck of a guy, man. I tell you what, he's a role model to people. Just really need to check him out and subscribe to him. But I've learned some tips from him that I didn't know for ballasting. And I'm by no means is mine perfect or right, but it's working. I got no problems with it, and it's looking okay in parts, But I just take my time, try to tamp it and get it cleaned, and have it all ready to go before I glue it. Because once the glue's down, you're pretty well committed. And the glue I'm using a 50-50 mix of Elmer's glue wall. And honestly, that's probably not something that's going to come up really easy if I have to replace it, but it's rock solid. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's like, well, there you go. Anyway, it's sort of rock solid, I guess. But anyway, yeah, that's what I do. And then once it's glued, I mean, it's pretty well done. You're not gonna be able to change it much. So that's what I do. I make sure it's pretty well done. I do my alcohol and I glue it down and let it dry. So without further ado, I will flip this around and I'll kind of show you quick what I've been doing, and not a heck of a lot. Forgive the mess, because it's a work in progress. So anyway, here we go. Alrighty, welcome back. So, okay, let's see where we left off. I think we had mentioned that this was ballasted all the way to, I believe it was a crossover, and I hadn't glued this, or maybe I had. Anyway, it's ballasted and glued all the way to here. And the ballasting I've done recently is just to here. This is supposedly where there's going to be a tunnel, so I'm not going to be ballasting back here. But this is pretty well ready to go. I got a few things I got to make sure before I actually hammer it down with the glue. I'm using two different tones of ballast, a darker dark gray blend, both Woodland Scenics for the main line, and a lighter tan ballast. I think it's let's see, light gray, Woodland Scenics light gray. But anyway, kind of for the pass, that's what I use in the yard. I also not quite as careful with the stuff in the pass because that's prototypical. They're not as concerned about passes and yards and things. But I'll continue it on up around the mountain this way. And again, there's probably going to be a tunnel here. I haven't decided. And come out here again. That's all up in the air. And then we're going to disappear into some mess with a bridge here. Should be a tunnel going in. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that because I got 3 tracks, and Not much room for a prototypical tunnel entrance with a mountain in the background, but I'll figure that out. But the way I figure it is I've probably got half of the main line and passing track ballasted at this point. The yard, again, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to leave it like that or put in some industries or anything. But once the ballast is in and I'm satisfied with it and things are running well, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the yard, and then I'll, finish cutting the foam on the mountains. I've got it rough cut, but once I raise the plywood off this desk, like we've talked in the past, it raised it up 3.5 inches, but I also lost 3.5 inches on the top, which got my air conditioner in the way. It was lowered by 3.5 inches, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do there. But anyway, that's kind of concludes this update. So I thank you guys for stopping in and checking it out. And you like it and you haven't subscribed, what the heck, try it. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. Not a problem. Check out the other guys. They're working real hard and part of a great community that's been started. So we'll talk to you later on the next one. Bye.